How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing an interactive study with me productivity session. So the way that this is going to work, we're going to do 2 Pomodoro sessions, which are 2 25-minute blocks of productivity. DePaul and I are going to be working on a couple things, including research. We'll be doing some writing, literature review, all that kind of stuff. And whatever you guys are working on, you guys are going to be doing for the next 25 minutes. And the way that we're going to make this interactive is you guys are going to comment down below before we get started right now what you guys plan on working on over the next 25 minutes or so. And then after about 25 minutes, we'll have an alarm go off, we'll come back, and we'll kind of talk about what we've been working on for the past 25 minutes. And I want you guys to comment what you guys actually got out of the 25 minutes. So kind of like what you guys set out to accomplish and then what you guys actually got done. And then after that, we're gonna do another 25-minute block, and then we'll have another break right after that. And then you guys will comment again down below what you guys got done. And the fun thing about this is the way we're gonna make it interactive is I want you guys to comment on someone else's comment and ask them about what they did, because one of the best ways to learn is to teach. So if something someone did in the comment section below is interesting to you, make sure to ask them a question, let them know. We've got 25 minutes on the clock, we're gonna start the timer, and let's have a productive session.
No cheating.
No cheating.
apparently Lewy body.
All right. That was 25 minutes. All right, guys. So that was 25 minutes. I'm gonna set a new alarm for 5 minutes. In this time, definitely comment down below what you guys actually got done compared to what you set out to do. We'll talk for about 5 minutes, a little bit about what we've been working on.
Yeah, so I sat in on a meeting this morning regarding a patient case. We went through about 3 pages of kind of what I sat in on and what I observed. I was taking notes the whole time. We think that this patient case might be worth writing up about, and so I just was bringing him up to speed, and you know what we may think should be the direction of how to write this guy up.
Yeah, so I've been talking about it a little bit in my vlogs, but we've moved into like this like gray zone where we have a lot of time to work on research and review, and DePaul and I have been working a lot on research together. We've submitted 1 paper for publication, still waiting to hear back. We have another paper that's it's towards the end of the editing stages. We're kind of like on the final draft before we send it out to editors, and then eventually hopefully for publication. And we've decided we work very well together, so our goal right now is to kind of potentially pick up case reports. And like DePaul said, he sat out on a meeting this morning, and it was great because basically the guy who led the meeting was like, yeah, this would make a great case report. So this is kind of like our first attempt at this.
Yeah, first attempt at a case report, and what I really appreciated is you know, he kind of tossed me a freebie. You know, he's been a really great mentor, at least to me. You know, I've had at least PIs where, you know, they're just like, you know, figure it out yourself. This is the pathology, get the EMR yourself and figure it out. But he sent me a few guidelines. He let me sit in on this meeting. I was taking notes, and I think it should be a lot more linear of a process. And we're super stoked just because, you know, there's a sense of reciprocity. You know, he gave me a lot to go off of, and I think we're just very excited to take what we can. And
yeah, exactly. We're kind of on this like research buzz right now.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of slow starting research over the past year. Some of our projects were moving slow. Our individual projects that we had started over the summer were kind of moving slow, and then we kind of gained some momentum with this project that we worked on together. And I think we just got like this like research high where we were like, once we like submit for publication.
It feels good to send it out to a journal.
Exactly. So we're kind of in this like mode right now where we just want to work on things. Again, case reports are something that we knew we wanted to work on together at some point.
Yeah.
It was just hard because like until you finish your systems, and you know, especially being preclinical, it's hard to have like clinical knowledge of these things, but I think with the right guidance, you can still work on case reports, and they're a little bit quicker to produce. And at the same time, it makes it a little bit easier to explore some of your interests. Like this is like a neuropathology report, and neuro is very interesting to us. DePaul, I think
I personally get really stoked on. I'm very interested in neuro. I really get like, I got chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been very enthusiastically reading this case, which is what we've been doing again over the past 25 minutes. We've basically kind of created this drive. We went through the guidelines that the PI kind of sent over in terms of like where to start.
He even sent over like a model report.
Oh yeah. Instead of us having to like look for like a case report to model this after, like he already just sent us an example. He's like, this is a great example, and we're like, great.
And I think there's a sense of like good faith. I've been pretty productive with him over the past, and I think there's a sense of he would love to just have publications, and I think I have a pretty good vouch for Shaun as well. So he was like, we figured it out this morning. He'd be happy to have Shaun on board. So
which is perfect.
Yeah.
And the hope is we have like a couple more contacts for other case reports as well, which is nice. Like we're having coffee with someone on Sunday to discuss potential cases that he might want written up. And then we've also made a couple other contacts. And this is all just like us like kind of like cold emailing, like just sending out messages and hoping that someone responds to us. Because again, we're kind of a little bit enthusiastic. So it's been really nice, super fun. Yeah, in fact, we just got a text
I
just
just got a text from another thread that I sent out
saying I have a couple
saying
cases.
I have a case for you to write.
So yeah, when it rains it pours. We went fishing and then ended up catching an entire school. So this will be really fun. It's really we work well together, and that's like I think a big takeaway is find someone that you work well with, and then just like foster that relationship, and then keep producing productive work. And that's kind of the name of the game. So.
Also, never be scared to just cold email people.
You never know. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So 5 minutes is up. The plan for now is we're gonna finish going through this case.
Yeah.
If we finish going through it, we're going to start our literature review on it. At least, you know, that's the plan. And start organizing some literature, start organizing whatever data we do have. Yeah, anything
keep
else?
going.
Yeah, keep going. All right, anyway. 25 on the clock. Let's get started. Comment things down below that you guys are going to work on, and yeah, we'll see you guys in 25. As the second Pomodoro session is done. The last one for this video, but yeah, so we pretty much finished going through the case presentation. A little bit more confused than when we started.
yeah. My PI gave us some guidelines as far as how to model, like writing the report, and now we're confused as to whether or not he gave me 2 patients or just 1.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through this a little bit, do a little bit more digging through these guidelines as well as the notes that we have on the patient, because some things just aren't adding up, but they're also very similar, so it's like that's why we're a little bit confused. Overall though, pretty excited to finally work on a case report. And then we kind of mentioned in the last break, we got a text from someone else that we like cold reached out to,
a neurologist that I know very well, like
just personally. He mentioned that he would have his ear to the ground regarding some cases that he would catch for me in case I'd be interested, and so we'll see if we can set up a meeting with him sometime. And yeah, and then kind of like before even that, another person that we had sent a cold message to asked if we could do coffee on Sunday morning to discuss some potential cases.
I just like hit him up on LinkedIn. He accepted my invite. And now we're getting coffee with him on Sunday.
Yeah, and the funny thing about this is last night we were talking about the paper that we were working on and how it's on its final draft of edits, and once this is done,
we want work to do.
And we were a little bit bummed. We were like hoping that we'd have at least a case report to start working on by now, and this was last night. And then this morning he calls me before we head down here. He's like, hey, I think I got us a case. I'm like, cool. We get here, the guy on LinkedIn emails back. He's like, hey, I think I might have a couple cases, like if you guys want to meet for coffee Sunday. And then while we're working on this case, another guy
I get a text.
Yeah.
And he still has a lead that
I hasn't
texted him back.
Yeah, I have a lead for a plastic surgery potential case report, or maybe even a couple that we're still waiting to hear back from. So it's just funny that within 24 hours we were like, oh, we don't have enough work to do.
And when it rains, it really pours.
Yeah, so I think that was the overall message, is like, I don't know, just reach your feelers out, and especially case reports, like we'd rather have like case reports that we need to work on than none to work on at all.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we like kind of discussed is a lot of these guys, like, they don't have time to even write or publish. So like we're taking on a big load, and like, I mean, we're very happy to do it, but if there's any risk of us stalling or of getting spread a little thinner than what we would like, like they wouldn't be doing this work.
Exactly. They don't have the time to write these case reports anyway. They're clinicians, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a win-win situation, and for a long time, kind of leading up to this block, while we were still in our systems, like we were like, oh, I can't wait to be done with the finals so we can just focus on this kind of stuff, doing some review, doing some writing.
I like case reports because it's like detective work a little bit.
It's interesting because we actually get to apply a little bit of what we learned in school. Like we were talking a little bit about this neuro case, and we were talking about some areas of the brain and what they do.
We scribed, and these cases like kind of like lay out like almost as like, you have the intake and you have the history and the physical, so it feels a little bit more familiar. Yeah,
at least like the progression of it. So super interesting. Kind of, I don't know, excited to keep working. It's nice to have, I don't know, this space. Again, we're in the grad commons. I don't know if I even mentioned it, but we're in like these graduate commons here at the library at UNLV, which is where I went to undergrad. So I didn't even get to sit in here, and now this feels like really like official. Like,
yeah, there's like practically nobody here. It's a Wednesday, nice. Like middle of the day.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's really great. But yeah, we hope you guys had a productive session. Make sure again to, comment down below what you guys got done, and comment on someone else's comment and ask them about what they were working on or what they were studying, and find some sort of connection, find some sort of interest, give them something to answer, right? Because one of the best ways to learn is to teach, which is something that we try to do together all the time. And if you guys like the style of study with me, we try to make it interactive, by actually talking during the breaks and giving you guys something to do between the breaks as well. If you guys like this interactive kind of like method of doing a study with me, let me know in the comment section below as well, because this is a method of video I think we'd be happy to do. We do a lot of studying.
Yeah,
so
we do this a lot.
We'll have plenty of opportunity, and this is kind of what our study sessions look like in general as well. Like we tend to work, and then we'll discuss certain things, or we even had our friend Wilson who was sitting in, and like we'll be working, and then Wilson might ask us like questions, and that's kind of what this is supposed to be like, and supposed to imitate, with everything being online, trying to increase ways of being interactive, I think is really important. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys being productive and studying with us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.